It's time for a podcast. They'll talk for an hour or so. If you listen to the podcast, your heart will be filled with hope. Hey, it's time for a podcast, and you better listen up, because these two dudes got lots to say. They're pouring wisdom in a cup. They'll serve it on a platter, better pour it down your gullet. Hey guys, watch out, that dude is trying to shoot you with a bullet.
Straight Bud Light hat on.
Yeah, I drink George straight and I listen to Bud Light constantly.
All right, put them on.
What the? Oh, yeah, we gotta fix your audio real.
Yeah, are things recording?
You guys are way louder in my ears.
That's true.
Hang on, let's fix it.
We're not
okay,
gonna...
go ahead and talk. Hello. I turned your microphone off, dumbass.
How could you?
We got him. Get him, boys.
Okay, hang on. I think we need to turn
ours
down. Oh, I just turned both bars up. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
Okay, you have to be really close to yours.
Real up close.
Oh wait, I have to turn
It's
it
not
back
even on. I have to be real up close.
No.
Okay, wait. That
Get
sounded
really
pretty
close
good.
to it.
Like what I'm doing right here.
Get really way closer to it. There you go.
You turned
Hello
it off. All right, now for real.
Yeah, for real.
There we go.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
doing good. We're all on. We're all at
Welcome.
an adequate volume, it would seem. Hopefully, at least.
It would seem.
It would seem.
Maybe.
In
All right.
sync.
All right. Are you?
Hey, those are my shots.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
The-
Oh
with
wait,
the-
hang on. I got to do the thing. Okay.
All right.
Nice.
That makes it infinitely better for me.
All right.
Several times I haven't.
What if
done
I just clapped a whole bunch?
No, I mean,
Sync up one of these.
Who was right?
try and do this, motherfucker. I mean, I can just do the first one still.
Boy, I sure am.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't have to shake that much.
The Coca-Cola
Damn.
was scary.
You didn't even get the whole thing down.
While these guys,
It's just water.
these
It's not
guys
that
banter and trip over their own feet, we're back.
We're back.
The STABcast
We
episode
made it.
4,
The fourth one.
featuring
We made it.
featuring
You're
Chegg,
welcome.
Chase Morford right here as our
Chegg.
second guest. Chegg,
That's
Cheggis.
right. That's right.
Not the not the program that helps you with school though.
Yeah.
Chegg.
No, he probably.
I don't
couldn't do
know.
that.
I think that's what it does. I don't actually
Yeah, it
know.
like gives you answers to things.
We did it before Chegg though, so we should probably copyright
I
strike.
agree.
Before
we should,
Chegg?
we should probably get him
When
shut
did
down.
Chegg start?
Well,
I'm
the
assuming.
Deacon started it back in was that
yeah.
sophomore year?
Yeah.
Our sophomore year?
He didn't start the program.
He
No,
didn't
no.
start the website.
No. Well, the website popped up after Deacon invented Chegg sophomore
After?
year.
I don't
Yeah.
know when the
Yeah.
website actually started.
I also don't care.
Yeah, no.
That's your name.
The only running theme of the podcast is we will make assumptions and not look them up and glaze past them.
That's
true.
Yeah.
Before the 3 episodes prior, we've done that at least every single time. No, but for the podcast, can you repeat what Gus called you? And then what with the
What about my outfit?
yes about your outfit?
Yes.
Yeah,
We'd like
Gus-
to get that on record.
Gus decided to call me an accountant who was in band in college.
And you talk about it every chance you get.
So I was in a band.
Yep.
Drummers
Yeah,
in a
so
band.
I was kind of in a band. I was the drums of the group, you know.
I was the percussionist. Sorry, I'm grabbing your headphone mic.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "What's happening?"
Sorry, we're just gonna have to have you take these off.
Yeah, you
We don't want
get
you to hear what you're
anything.
saying.
Yeah, or what we're saying. We're just gonna.
No, it's
You could
fun.
not know if your mic was muted, and that's just how it goes.
Oh well.
Yeah, can you take those off real quick?
Yeah, that'd probably good.
Hey,
Oh, I turned it back on.
you?
Oh shoot!
That's
no,
what we're doing.
I think Tim and I. Well, we're white.
Well, so is he. So,
And I'm not.
you know. Well,
No, we were born to be podcasters. Is what I'm saying.
that's
Oh, yeah,
true.
you're
We'll,
right,
we'll
you're
sit here.
We had a destiny.
And we'll like have like 1 bar of battery on this, so we're not gonna use these batteries for a whole episode. We'll just sit here and talk into the microphones without recording
We just-
until it dies.
We pretend to record podcast episodes.
You guys living out your
yeah.
fantasies.
Most of the time, it's just us like just absolute utter nonsense.
Well, I mean, that is what we aspire to here at the STABcast.
Like our
so.
practice,
Utter
our
nonsense.
practice, our practice conversation for you was asking you about balls. How
That's
many
true.
you got?
How
So-
many I have?
just for the quickly for the
Just,
audience.
like-
Can you explain how many you
Just
got
like
down there.
a number between 1 and 10, somewhere in that range.
Maybe.
Well, can't disclose that information. That's my shot.
Wow, looks like somebody forgot their mug.
That is
Looks
actually
like-
quite a bit of water to drink in one hole.
Looks like
Yeah, I
some
know.
absolute fool forgot their mug.
My oh dang, I did.
Yeah, I brought all these.
I didn't realize until we'd already started the episode, so it's a little late for
I
you.
brought 3 individual tiny little Coca-Cola.
Well, I mean,
glasses
you each
to
had one of
drink
those,
out
so
I had them in my car on the way here. I was holding them the whole time so they wouldn't spill.
no. Yeah, this was entirely his idea.
Water.
We didn't just give him 2 Coca-Cola.
No, this is
cups.
all
three.
me.
3.
I
Why
took
can I
one.
not count?
But you drank one of mine.
This is why.
How
podcast.
could you?
Hey, you know,
That was going to be the rest of my life.
it's a doggy dog world, not a dog eat dog world.
Just doggy dog.
Doggy dog.
I did 100% think that's what it was for at least
Doggy
2
dog
decades of
world.
Dang,
time.
it's a doggy dog world out there. You
And
gotta
I
watch out.
am 20. I realized actually this morning that I'm turning 21 this year.
Oh, hey, me too.
All right.
But I already knew that.
You as well?
I already am.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What the fuck?
Chase,
What the hell?
Chase is like the oldest of us, excluding Tyler. He's the second
Yeah.
oldest in the group.
That's pretty ballin'.
Wait, when did you turn 21?
January 31st.
Levi might be older than you by a very small amount. but-
Yeah, I don't know
not
when
sure.
Levi's birthday is.
Yeah.
I just remember showing
I
up to
think
one of his
Tyler's
birthday parties
probably
one time, and it was only me, him, and Burton. And
That's such a weak group.
yeah,
Oh no.
Oh no! What transpired? I don't know what could
it
possibly
was like
happen with that.
I don't know,
group.
not really much happened. It was mostly just like Levi playing on his computer and us watching. And then I remember like one thing happening, and Burton kept using me as like a human shield, but that was about it. That was like all I really remember
that's
from
very
that
Burton.
party.
Wait, when was this? Was this high school or middle school?
It was I don't remember.
Early high
It
school.
might have been like
I
early
I remember
high
you
school.
telling me about this. I think this was like freshman or
Yeah.
sophomore year that this happened because I think I went to Levi's birthdays junior and senior year but I remember I skipped. It was either eighth grade or freshman year, so it might have been freshman year.
Fake friend.
I mean,
friend.
basically, I didn't go because I just didn't feel like going.
Want to.
Yeah, that was literally it.
Didn't want to.
I just came up with other things to do and did them instead.
Ballin'. No, but I've definitely sat behind Levi watching him play on his computer.
Yeah, I know. Like that's what you do when you're at his house.
I don't understand that.
Which is why I like having
I would
laptops.
die. I mean, you've been to my house, and the like several times that you went, I think it's always like a planned activity with
Yeah,
like
yeah.
multiple activities.
Yeah.
I think that's so much more fun. Like
Where it's
the
like,
little
oh, we're gonna
saran
do
wrap
board games, then like this and this, and it's like, yeah. But
All right,
Levi's
board
just like,
games.
all right, you're here. What are we gonna do?
ball. And then you get there, you go.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Look at him playing TF2.
that's when I switched from using a desktop to using a laptop because now I can go to Levi's house and we can have a good old
Oh,
time
yeah,
playing the
there
same
you
video
go.
game, so I don't have to haul my
Separately.
desktop there every
I
time.
remember one time I went over and
we
played Smash.
we played a lot of games together. We did Minecraft earlier on. We graduated to playing Terraria together for
Galactic.
2 seconds, and Deep Rock Galactic is the one I actually think of most fondly because it just had a lot of character. It was fun.
That is a lot of water.
I was expecting to be able to just
Yeah, I
like, drink the whole
know. But I
thing
was like,
because it's
well,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's not gonna.
Because
It's not
after
gonna
like it's
bite
like
me
right
back.
here.
Looks like
I'm
you're out of
oh.
water.
Yeah, I like was like, oh, wait, full shot. And oh.
Yeah, the like last little bit is like.
They're just so barely too much liquid.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
know. Stack them up.
The Tower of
Oh
Coke.
no! Oh no! I don't like
That's the tower.
It's
Here,
got
I'm
it's got the. Oh, that's kind of.
Whoa. ASMR.
Welcome back, guys, to our Coca-Cola
This is Diner
Tower.
Dash ASMR. Just break all 3 of them immediately.
You are a
What were you-
tiefling.
Oh no! all the ASMR channels.
Those
Okay,
videos are
okay,
so
no,
weird.
actually, no,
You're a tiefling.
no. This is
And
good.
it's like, I'm healing you or something weird like that. Like,
Chase-
there's so many ASMR channels like that.
I think I told you about this at one point. Chase and I actually spent like probably like an hour and a half on the phone together looking at ASMR videos because we found like a couple different channels that were all just so strange.
Yeah.
Have you
like-
watched Fishman shaving a pumpkin?
Fishman shaving a pumpkin.
If you look it up, If you look up fish man shaving a pumpkin, it comes up as the first one, but it's in like a full different language. The title is, and it's just a dude in a fish mask and like costume, and he has a normal like razor for body hair, and just like shaves the outside of this pumpkin off for like 2.5 hours.
It's good.
Fall asleep to
I
that.
think we actually.
You sent that to me.
I think
I have seen that.
I think we found that at one of Mia's D&D things, though.
Oh, we're back to this. Oh, no.
Like freshman year of high school.
I don't-
my freshman year.
Yeah.
You guys are ancient, disgusting.
Yeah, I'm
We're-
like 205.
You are a tiefling. I'm healing you.
No, on that note, this one channel we found had like absolutely everything. We stumbled onto it because I found the ASMR "You Are a Mandalorian"
Yeah, it was a
and like
Mandalorian.
the channel person like making the video was a bartender, and there was like a part in the middle where it was like a mixing drink ASMR, but the rest of it was just her doing a voice in like a random like diner kind of looking place.
Ingots for your armor.
Exactly. It's pretty much exactly that.
Ingots, Mandalorian.
She had like a ASMR for like everything.
Literally everything.
That's kind of
Like there was
Like
vampires, there was like Mandalorian, there was D&D,
There was the
there
Matrix.
there's the Matrix.
There was like a range between normal ASMR to like degenerate corners of the internet. It was wild, and we just did that for like an hour and a half. We found some truly despicable videos there, and like
Despicable.
dude, there was some really weird ones. You
Downright
guys have a
despicable.
conversation while I pull up one
all
of these
the glasses
channels.
have moved over here now.
That's because I didn't bring a
Stolen
cup.
my
So,
glasses.
I
Not
get
these
yours. I'm gonna steal yours.
Shatter them with your grip.
I've done that not to glasses,
Disgusting.
but if people are eating chips
You break
and
the
they're
chip.
holding it for a little too long, you just reach over and crumble it in their hands. That's what I'm gonna do, but to your glasses. What you hear pretty soon. And then your sternum. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Is that where your
annihilate.
sternum is? I don't actually know where your
You don't know what?
sternum is.
Your sternum, like doing a
Oh,
sternum
it's
rub.
like that. Oh, weird.
If you're pretending to be passed out, like when they're arresting you, they'll just go, and you're like, ah! They're like, you motherfucker, you dumb bitch.
You gotta have like an immaculate
Your
self-control
fake
to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not react.
You're like, why is he tensing up?
Oh, it's probably.
He's
Probably,
probably,
yeah, he's
you know,
probably
he's
just
just
sleeping
knocked out,
really
yeah.
hard. Probably a nightmare or something about getting his sternum rubbed in real life.
Probably a nightmare.
Or that's just
something.
wrong. That also is a possibility. I could have just made that up.
Where's
Who
your
knows?
spleen?
I'm a
Where's
pat-
that at? It's because I always think it's like right somewhere
think it-
here.
What, isn't
think
it
it's
like
your-
like near the liver appendix area?
Yeah,
That's
like,
where all the
that's what I
organs
was
are
always
kept.
thinking.
They're
Yeah,
all
they're
there.
all, like,
They're
here.
all in there somewhere.
Where's my femur?
Where's this body part? Oh, somewhere in this general area.
Here somewhere. Who knows?
All right. I've definitely where
You look up
I
where
gotta
the
look up
spleen
where
is.
is spleen.
Because people are always like, oh, my spleen.
Where is spleen
my
pain
spleen.
felt?
Yeah. Felt.
So the spleen is a fist-sized organ in the upper
With the
left
same
side of
idea.
your abdomen, next to your
Amazing.
stomach and behind your left ribs.
Next
so
to
you're
your
right.
stomach
It
and
is.
behind your left ribs. So it is.
So it's like right there.
Yeah.
right, I'm
It's
taking
an
that.
important
No,
part
my
of your
spleen.
immune system. Damn, doesn't sound important at all, but you
Yeah.
can't
No, I don't
survive
need
without
that.
it.
Hey, so it's not important.
It's not. Yeah.
Unless you're an alcoholic, because then your liver takes up all the.
If you can't survive without
use.
something, it's not important.
No. You can live without eyes.
You can live without one lung. It's fine.
you just gotta.
Every time you take a step anywhere.
Oh my god, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I guess
be
that is also
unpleasant.
just morbidly obese as well.
But what if you have
Chase, what's it
3
like
lungs?
being just gargantuanly fat?
I know, right? Like, let me just unclip.
You unclip your normal t-shirt and go,
And I've spread out throughout the room.
Oh no.
not
room
too
fills up.
here's a classy reference, like the milk one from Asdiff movies. Like, oh, I spilled my milk. Like, you've doomed us all. And
Oh,
the room
yeah.
fills with milk.
I forgot
Except
about that.
replace milk with Chase's fat. just his
But
flesh.
it's also as liquidy as the milk.
but still contained within your skin.
Yeah. So just
disgusting.
worse in every possible way.
So to
no thank
to
you.
transition away from Chase's bloating milk-filled body,
Milk-filled?
Wait, that's the reference you were making with the milk.
Well, I wasn't talking. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah,
milky
Shut
fat.
up.
Is that the episode title? Chase's bloated milk-filled body.
I like that. That's a good one.
Well, I mean, Gus's was he's just an awful human or
Well,
something.
but that was
like-
entirely accurate.
right. Yeah.
Like Chase, you live with Gus. What's it like to live with Gus?
What's it like?
Yeah, what's
to
it like to live
him?
with Gus? I've never lived with Gus.
I mean, it's
Neither have
interesting
I.
sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, what do you mean by interesting? Here, we're
'Cause
trying to get more dirt on
I remember
Gus.
I woke up this morning and Gus was like, "Do you ever wish you could just wake up and have not somebody who's insane asking you an insane question?" And I was just like,
I think Gus is. I think Gus is talking about his own inner personalities interacting.
because he'll talk
But-
about like the apocalypse happening one day, and then it'll be like, "Oh, life's great," the other day.
So you're saying
You
there's
wake
ups and downs.
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
to his
You wake
moods.
up, you're just like fully halfway between awake and still
Yeah.
fully asleep. Like, he's like, "Hey, you ever been asked questions by a crazy person in your apartment?"
If not, we're gonna start today.
That seems like he was asking about himself, asking you questions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing.
And was it a
That's so
meme or he
strange.
was just
But because he
asking?
was about to ask me a question, but then he started talking about like Castlevania. So
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Got distracted.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you
Of course.
talk about Castlevania? Great show.
Is it?
fantastic.
Yeah,
It's really
actually
good.
it is.
I downloaded a PS2 emulator on my phone and played
Yeah.
the beginning of one of
The
them.
Symphony of the Night. It was
all that I
it was
know about
Symphony of the
Castlevania.
Night that you were playing.
Yeah.
The best.
It didn't work very well on the
real
phone.
good.
I'm sure it would have been much better with an actual controller, not just
Yeah,
touch
maybe.
screen. It was so hard to do the like complicated shit that you're supposed to do. I did not make it past the first part of it.
Nice. Oh,
But the
I remember
vibes were
didn't you-
immaculate, I
didn't you
guess.
fight Dracula? Didn't you get there as the
I think
dude?
that's like the beginning.
No,
Yeah, at the
it's like
beginning, you're
basically
like-
the prologue.
You like whip him, and then you
Then he just
start
leaves.
the actual
Yeah, I
game.
didn't make it past there.
I didn't make
Not
it
even to
past
the first
there.
actual level of the game where you play as
Nah.
Alucard.
Nah.
Beautiful.
Sounds like turbo nerd shit, actually. I'm just gonna spend 1,100 hours in Destiny instead,
Oh,
being
yeah,
a chat.
great.
I said it out
I
loud.
like how Sony
no.
bought Bungie.
Oh
But
yeah,
Bungie doesn't have like anything. They just have like
they have
Destiny.
Destiny.
That's
Destiny, like they used to be Halo people,
They had
but now
Halo,
they
yeah.
are like just Destiny.
That's it.
And like playing it, it doesn't seem like a whole ass big ass company is dedicated to this one game. I know that it's like complicated or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like I
feel
this
like-
is all you do.
Because I remember people talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, Bungie's finally free from Microsoft. They'll make good
Yeah.
stuff." And then they made like
They can
two
make
Destiny
whatever they
games.
want with the no amount of money they have now.
Oh, yeah.
And now they bought again.
They got bought by Sony.
Nice.
Yeah, but that was like nothing compared to the Blizzard one. It was
Oh,
like
no.
Sony being like
Blizzard was like $70 billion.
That's
like, why'd you
insane.
pay that much for that company?
That is crazy.
Especially since
It's because they have so many abusers in it. They got
Yeah,
assets,
Activision Blizzard's
baby.
been having like a.
I mean, I'm sure the business is still very lucrative.
All right,
But
this
Probably,
is a video
yeah.
game and podcast from now.
It's time for a podcast.
well, no, just to make the point about Activision and Blizzard, that combination has been suffering for just so long. Like with all the I think there were like sexual harassment cases that were
And
coming
they tried to
out.
pause them before the Game Awards so that they could get awards, but they were like, "You can't pause a sexual harassment lawsuit."
Hang on, guys. Let our video games win awards first,
please.
and then you can accuse us. All
I
you
honestly
want.
could not tell you the last game made by Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
I don't think I've played like.
Weirdly
Did they do-
enough,
what
the
did they make
most
again?
games that I've
Doesn't
bought
Act-
recently have been Sega games.
Did they do
Does
Overwatch?
Yeah, they
Activision's
made
Call of
Overwatch.
Duty.
Okay.
Right?
I'm sure they
Activision's
made
Call
other
of
ones.
Duty, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
It's probably one of those.
They
I haven't
probably
played a
made
Call
it.
of Duty game in so long.
I haven't played Call of Duty since like I don't remember.
I think
Probably like Black Ops 2.
damn.
I played.
It's been
that's
a
played
while.
I played World War II with Isaac, and that's the last time I played Call of Duty.
Yeah, I got World War II because we got a PS4 and we were like, oh, now we can get a Call of Duty game
World
with
War
it.
II. I forgot that.
And it just
because
came
I was thinking
with
about
it.
the old World War II one.
No,
that's
not
World at War.
World at War. Yeah.
World at
Yeah.
War fucks. So
I
don't
I
think
first
I've
played
World at
World.
War.
really.
Yeah,
I have 800.
I
But it's
1,000 hours in Destiny.
exclusively.
800 in
Dude,
World
that's not the worst. I have like 800 in Gary's mod too.
Nice.
No, it's all zombies, like 100% of it.
Yeah.
Because I got it in like 7 years after it came out, so there wasn't like online and anything.
there's
that
that
Yeah,
one
so you just
1v1
played
we
the-
did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we did
also
that.
did a 1v1 against Burton.
Oh, we're coming back to Burton now.
Tying it all
together. Damn.
I think Levi was playing World at War when we were there.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
it's all connected. This
It's a
is
conspiracy.
It's scripted. This whole thing is scripted.
Our whole lives are scripted.
but
Enter
only
the
this
simulation.
one very specific part. Of
Just
it.
like Levi and Burton
And World at War specifically.
for some reason.
I don't even know why I wasn't ever really that good of friends with Burton.
Yeah, I think that was
I
the
don't
only
know- I
time
don't
I
know.
ever like talked to him was at Levi's party.
Well, I mean, I talked to him, but that's because I had like all my classes with him
yeah.
essentially. And the meme squad was endlessly entertaining. I benched 225 and posted it on my Snap story. And then I got invited
yeah,
to
you were
the Gym
talking about
Sharks.
Cameron, would you like to explain the meme squad?
Oh, damn.
I'm giving
I
you
don't know
that
if I
solemn
can.
duty.
The meme squad, we had like,
I know.
we went to a small school. So there was only like 100 people per class. But like 20 of my specific class was just the group of the dumbest motherfuckers. That was like actually a consolidated group that had political power, essentially. Because, well, school political power. They weren't going to sway
Clout.
yeah, they had
School
clout. But they
political
were
power.
actually just the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. The way they interacted the entire time, because I was like, I was a satellite member, kind of, because I had like all my classes with them, and I interacted with them, but I wouldn't want to actually be a part of it. But the way they interact, it hasn't changed. Nothing's changed at all. They're the same people exactly as they were all through high school, but it's exclusively like a rotating target on your forehead of who they're making fun of. So, and they just had like specific stories that they would annihilate each other with every time. Like one of the dude's dad threw a wrench at him. And so like he would like say something and they'd just be like, wrench, your dad threw a wrench at you. And then that person, if the group was feeling it, the person that initiated the bullying, if that person gets the drop on him with a better one, then the whole group then turns on that one person. And then they do that for 7 years straight.
Pills. He takes pills. Yeah, that was one of them.
Straight.
Tarp. He had a tarp covering a hole in his roof. Over a hole in his roof. This
I
dude
think-
had a fucking tarp. He's poor. That's like their.
poor.
That's all. That's their 100% of their interactions. With each
I
other.
think the best derivation of that is what we started doing to make fun of them, where it's like pick an entirely normal trait. Shoes. This man's wearing shoes.
teeth. This dude has teeth in his mouth. Motherfucker has teeth.
Whole ass 2 eyes right there. What is this? Two
Teeth in
eyes.
his mouth.
What the fuck is going on? That it just absolutely
In a band,
fool.
has drums on his shirt.
Accountant,
I know, right?
played drums in band or in school.
Disney Channel character.
That's
That's such a good sound.
That's a weird sound.
I don't know why, but it just auto clips and fucks the shit out of these microphones.
It's beautiful.
Normally they're pretty good, but
Looks like these mics suck. Return them.
well, you have a different one.
I do.
Yeah, that's why it's
Yeah.
a different
stupid one.
everything. It's a different microphone, a different stand, a different pickup pattern.
The whole setup is different.
That is true. Your whole flow is different. Sorry, it keeps dropping in front of my knees, and then I move my
I
knees.
keep getting pulled on by my headphones.
I don't know if you could see that at all in the video. It's so tiny.
Can you stop tugging Chase under the table, please?
I I simply refuse. Why did you only do one episode of the Jive Talk podcast?
We're bringing this?
To give context,
Jive!
the
Jive, motherfucker!
The Jive Talk podcast was your podcast with
Yeah.
your brother Tanner, who we will also have on the pod at some point.
And then Tanner took over the podcast, and now he had like other episodes without me.
So the podcast continues. He just
Usurped
cuts you
it.
out.
Yeah, it's like the Jive Talk podcast, the art room or something like that, because him and his friends, like in Miss Gabriel's class, they would put like a microphone, I guess, and just do a podcast.
Oh yeah, that could be like an interesting. I mean, it is kind of also like those videos where somebody just walks up to somebody on the street and they're like, "How many bodies you got? What's your body count?
You mean how many people I
How
killed?
many?"
That's right.
We got him.
Except for high schoolers, and I'm sure it was
Yeah.
wildly entertaining.
Oh yeah.
They're like, what grade did you get in Lewis and Clark?
Was that an actual topic of conversation?
I never listened to it.
No, that's a real class.
It is. It's a real class.
Lewis and Clark history with
Yeah.
Mr. Keikoa Gabriel.
Okay,
You
yeah.
didn't know that? Did you not take it?
No.
I took
I didn't
every
take-
Mr. Gabriel class.
I took Old West
Dude,
history and World War II
You must
history.
be a god at Jaburki then.
I'm so good at Kahoot.
freaking Jaburki.
I'm really
What
good
the
at
fuck
Kahoot.
does Jaburki mean?
I don't know.
Also,
But I'm
also,
really good at Kahoot because
Kahoot.
of those classes.
Dude.
Like I've won every time they've had one at WSU. There was even like a big like trivia event where like there's this classroom that has big like circle tables, and in the middle there's like 3 big TVs.
the Giga
And they had like Kahoot
Center.
playing on there, and I won. I got first place on it, and it
my
was just
God.
like random
Yeah.
trivia.
Dude, I played that game so weird in Mr. Gabriel's class because it was more so like, because if you wanted to win, because everybody was so fucking competitive.
I know.
I don't know what I had some like war.
I remember some people
I
would
think
be over there like tapping really fast to try and get the answer, and if you missed like one, you'd go down like many levels.
I
But
think
would
that was
always
also
win
a meme.
when
But dear God,
like
was it
first got the
true.
vocab sheet because I could read through it really quick, and then I'd be like, okay, that's it, and then I'd quickly tap like the answer.
Yeah, you know the vocab sheet that was the strat, and then
Yeah.
you'd like cross them off as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. So then you're like, okay,
So
it's
you
on-
know which one's,
And
like,
then the
coming
last
up.
one, it's just whoever can like recognize the color fastest, go, because it's only that one left. There's no other options, and it's like narrowing down.
Yeah.
That was like the whole thing for at least my class too. And it was just like, okay. So there's only these 7 left. It can be one of these 7. I need to just like immediately recognize the first letter of the description that I have memorized.
Yeah.
And then that like, it's like starts off with a weird one instead of just the word the. And you're like, okay, oh, that's M1 Abrams tank. And then you press purple on accident and you're in 17th place somehow.
What was the one that had like the buttons and you press them and then you like say the
Was
vocab
that
answer?
Jaburki?
Was that Jaburki?
Yeah, where you sprint to it and you press the button. That was Jaburki.
Well, yeah, I remember you got rid of the sprinting thing because people kept like getting hurt.
Okay,
but
I broke
But
my
the
watch
real-
and my phone.
But I
doing
remember
that.
one of the times when we had to do the button one, I only memorized Chernobyl, and that was it. And I was like, I hope it's Chernobyl. And he
Please,
started
dear
reading the description. I was like, Chernobyl, and I walked off.
Dude, that honestly felt the coolest because I'm sure that Mr. Gabriel wasn't as thrilled because it was just some shit ass who's like, you're 1940, and you're like, boom. I know this is the only
Chernobyl.
the only one,
Like he,
the only one
like,
that starts the
started
date
reading
is
it.
this one.
Because I was like,
got this.
Chernobyl's the only one I'm gonna know. Because that was the only one I was memorizing. And he started reading it, and I was like, and I like slammed the button. I was like, Chernobyl, and I got up and like walked off.
I cannot do anything better than answering this one.
And then I was like, I was laughing, and then I heard like 2 people like, why is he laughing?
They're like, because I ain't got nothing left in the tank, baby.
That was it.
I got
I have
one
to-
bullet in this chamber, and
I have
it's
to-
Chernobyl.
I have to go back in the back of the line, memorize another one, and pray to God.
Please be this one.
No, but I was I think it was like my freshman or sophomore year when he stopped doing the sprinting thing.
Yeah.
Because I definitely did several of them. I guess we should explain the game
Jaburki.
a little bit. I mean, we only have like a minute left until the halfway, but I guess we can do that in the second half then.
Do you hear something?
Where?
Like
On the
coming
on
from
the audio?
no, like coming from under the
Chase, quick, look between your legs.
Between my legs. Whoa.
Now look, this is going to be super simple. Let me run this over with you again. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to bust down that door, and I'm going to grab the best thing that I can find. Your job is super simple. All you've got to do is while I'm down there, you got to come around, take this seat. When you see me, turn the vehicle back on. I'm going to sit in here with our little prize, and we're going to get the hell out of here. You're going to drive away. You're the getaway driver of this whole thing. Does that sound easy enough to you? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing can go wrong. This is the easiest part of the job. All right. Now I'm going to go in there. Put the box on.
I'm not putting the box on.
Put the box on. What do you want them to see you? Do you want to get caught, arrested?
I'll be fine. I don't need the box.
You know, there are windows
I can't
right.
see with the
Oh,
box.
put the box on.
No.
God, damn it.
Right.
All right. Now remember what I told you. I'm going in.
Officer responding to a 459, a report of a suspicious vehicle, maybe breaking and entering in progress. And I'm sitting outside. The vehicle seems to still be there. Suspect appears to be wearing some sort of head covering and is outside the vehicle.
Copy. 459 in progress. Sending backup. Over.
What?
Oh, why is it the car on? Come on, let's get moving. What do you mean? Not doing. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, let's start to creep forward, just real slowly. Like remembered, right foot on the left foot on the clutch.
Suspects appear to be having vehicle troubles. They are immediately outside of the crime scene. ETA for backup.
ETA 2 minutes.
It's fine.
Copy.
The slowest escape from a crime scene in human history.
Alright, I'm taking this box off.
No, do not take off the box. We talked about this. We're still right in front of the house.
No,
Leave it on.
I'm
Chase.
taking them off.
No, leave it.
I'm taking them
Oh,
off.
son of a. Oh.
That's better.
Fine. You've gotten the box off. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then let's get this thing started again. You did an okay job getting it here, but I have an analogy that you may understand, that you may get through your head. So, you play video games, right? Imagine you're playing Smash Bros, on your little TV, and you've got the really high percent you've got to dodge where you press the bumper and, like, the top button, and you're gonna get launched off the stage, and you got to dodge. Well, getting launched off the stage is going to jail, and dodging is starting the goddamn car, so let's get moving.
That didn't really help at all.
What do you mean?
That made no sense.
It's like, so when you hold the controller,
Yeah, but
it's
the
like
controller
holding
is
the
not
steering
like the car.
wheel.
This thing's
And when
way
you
more
press the
intricate.
bumper, it's like
Looks like they're just sitting here.
what about it? And then
And they're arguing, I guess.
button on top is like the
I don't know. I don't know what about. They're right next to the house.
take the 2 pedals that they normally have.
It's just 50%
I don't know what these things are.
What? That's the windshield wiper.
Ah, yeah. Why didn't you drive the car?
Honestly, it didn't even occur to me.
Oh, balls.
Whoa!
Well then,
Wow.
back to
Amazing.
Jabberkey.
Firm handshakes.
Thank you.
Well, one firm handshake, one very limp, unfortunate one, real quick.
Back to Jabberkey. I suppose?
Jabberkey, yeah. So the whole thing was a trivia thing made by just a manic psychopath. Gus Gabriel's father,
Manic
Our
psychopath.
history teacher, manic psychopath.
the man, the myth, the legend that kept a bayonet in his desk in case the killer clowns came after him, or liberals.
Killer clown.
He told us that
What?
because that
Oh,
was
boy.
like 20s. Oh shoot, I don't remember when the fuck years or dates
Oh,
happened.
yeah, it was like 2016.
2016.
But I think he was talking about it like 2 years after it happens.
Those clowns could come back any day.
Oh God, they're just waiting for their moment to shine. But no, so he had a bayonet in his desk. That's just giving you background on his personality. But he had a game that we would play where he set up. What's the matter? Why didn't you get any water during the break?
Come on.
Because we had approximately 12
I
seconds.
don't know, man. I was stuck under that table.
I was looking at what was under there.
No, Jabberkey.
Yeah. So he set up just like a long row of tables on the far end of his classroom. He slid all of the tables and chairs to the other side, and then there was a line of tape. I don't know, like 6-7 feet away,
Yeah, I don't
away
remember.
from the tables, and there were buzzers on the table that you would have to run up and hit. But so you'd all start, and then you'd start saying definition of a word, and then you have to sprint across, and then slam the button, and then say it first, and attempt not to either eat shit, die, or eat shit into the table, or eat shit into the wall. And all of those were very real possibilities the whole time.
Did happen because a Jabberkey was eventually canceled because
Yeah.
too many injuries occurred.
Yeah, somebody. I
People were
think somebody
competitive.
just like full broke their arm. They just like went over the table into the wall and snapped their arm.
What
on
the?
it. So funny. But that was like 4 years before he stopped it. So it went for after that. But I
He
had
was
my
like, it's
I
fine.
had a early Samsung watch, like just the square one,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing and I like dove for the button and like clipped the table and it just fucking sheared the wrist strap off of my watch as I was going to hit the fucking button.
Did you at least get to the button first?
I don't remember.
Did the watch go
probably.
flying?
No, it just like came off my wrist and like went into the wall, which was like right there. And I like walked back and I was like, hang on a second.
Where's my watch?
And it was just fucked up. And then my phone, I had it in my pocket and I like went for the buzzer and like overshot the buzzer and just slammed like my thigh into the table and it cracked my screen. Luckily, I didn't fucking annihilate my
So it's
body.
like
Yeah. Just
my personal belongings.
Just like a $700.
Just my
whatever.
personal belongings.
Nothing too big.
Easy.
It was worth it though. I would have traded both of those items to play Gibber. And I did.
And I did.
It would have been better if they just had Mr. Gabriel as like a guard with his big so he stands in between the line and the table, and if he gets you
Trying to stab high school
Guard
kids.
with his bayonet.
and this is not a small man
People are,
either,
like,
you gotta be
dodging
crafty
around.
to get around him.
He was a solid dude.
You gotta have decoys for your team going up just to slam. You're like,
You push someone out and then you run.
well, Walter Winthrop or whatever the fuck that dude's first name.
Walter Winthrop.
What was that book? I didn't read a single lick
Which
of
book?
it.
A
It was like
single-
about
For
the
what class?
Pacific Northwest.
What class?
I couldn't tell you.
Dang, then I might not have taken
But
it.
damn, did I love Jaburki.
I took every one. If you knew, I would know.
I also had Mr. Gabriel's class with Tyler.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we had land disputes over a desk.
I remember
the
every time I
whole
had like
time.
a Christensen class with Tyler, it would just be Tyler and Christensen talking the entire time.
Two birds of a feather. The older, like basketball player / oh, he wasn't a basketball player, but he had a bunch of posters of
but he
it.
did
And the
play
driver's
basketball
ed
at one
teacher,
point.
and our now 22-year-old
Yep,
friend,
22.
just vibing. I can see that. I didn't have any classes with Tyler with Mr. Christensen, but
Yeah.
Neither did I.
I only had one class of them. I think like my freshman year.
I had CWP with Tyler.
Oh,
Now that
Ballin'.
was
Current
something.
world problems.
Current world
Nice,
problems,
nice.
especially with Mr. Rob just booling on everybody, and by everybody I mean 90% Tyler, 10% everyone else, because obviously like nobody else gets a word in,
No,
once Tyler
of
has an
course not.
opinion on
Yeah.
the issue,
Which
it was
he
great.
does, especially if it's pork.
China's
the
stealing
Midwest.
America's pork futures.
what?
Yeah, that's a big thing for Tyler.
This is going back to our point about Luke from last episode. Tyler is the kind of like idiot savant. He just has the really like innate
Minus the
random
savant. He's
understanding
like-
of like economics that he's just picked up from watching far too many documentaries and looking stuff up on the internet. He doesn't want to like pursue a career in it or
Yeah.
anything. He just thinks it's interesting, and so he just knows so much
He's
about
just
economics
using it to fuel his ability in board
and
games.
actually nothing else.
But Tyler also has been like the same his entire life. So like when he was really little, we were like, "Dang, this
was
guy's
so
like,
mature.
real mature." He's
like,
now
"Dang."
we're like, "Oh, Tyler's like."
I don't even know what he's like. Dang, this housing bubble. This is the year 2007, by the way. This housing bubble's looking a little mighty precarious.
Actually, when Tyler and I met, that's the kind of stuff that we would talk about.
The housing bubble.
Not specifically the housing bubble.
Just the
We talked a lot about China. I will say we talked just so much about
What
China.
the heck?
Well, we also
Those kids.
although actually
I was talking about Minecraft.
Yeah, I was talking
I'm
about like
nothing
nonsense.
else.
I'm gonna save my further points about Tyler for if Tyler ever gets
I
an
remember-
episode,
Yeah.
because I have a very specific
There
topic
was
that I
like
want to bring up.
the
with him
playground
on
at the elementary school, and one time there was like an X on one of the like playground equipment things, and I was like, if I throw a rock at that, people will think it's the school bell. So I got like a really big rock, and I was like, ding, and then like
It was like, oh my
the
God.
recess lady started coming over, and I was like, so I like ran off. So I was like, I don't want to talk to the recess lady.
The perfect crime. You know what I did? I gave a recess teacher my hearing aids and then forgot about them. And then got in
Nice.
trouble for a year because we couldn't find them.
Wow.
Dang.
And then they found them in her pocket like a year later after I had left the school.
How did she not realize they were
She
there?
just had them
Well,
in
I
her
also
pocket
didn't.
for a year.
Well, just immediately
were in her
evacuated
pocket.
my brain. That is true.
Like, did she not wash those pants ever?
I think it was like a vest, like the
one of those.
high vis
She
vest,
just-
so
you
they
just,
don't
like,
get
hung
ran
it up
over
and
by
then
an
just left it there or
18-wheeler.
something.
So
What?
she never once used those pockets again after that for an
Apparently
entire
not.
year.
She just didn't check them. Never
I wanted
used
to
them.
play flag football, baby, and I ain't need to hear. I just need to have hate in my heart for that.
Hate in my heart.
Flag football was
Flag
fucking though.
football.
It was balling, and it sometimes was just full contact football.
So Chase, what do you think
What do you mean? What I think?
About
with what we were just talking about?
yeah.
Do you want to play that back, Cameron?
Oh, I'm just gonna rewind it. So.
Yeah.
No, that was just the sound pad. Hang on.
No.
Oh,
don't-
okay.
No, we'll play it back. I will say we are just the infinitely superior of the two apartments.
Just in every way, pretty much.
Just better than Gus and Chase.
Diet.
And it literally.
Brita, especially Brita.
Yeah, the Brita is actually never full at their place because every time I go there, I'm like, dang, I want to get a drink of water. And then I go to the fridge and there's just actually.
are you
nothing
gonna
there, and
rebut
I just
that?
Die of dehydration. What is it?
Hang on. All right.
I will say
We're
we are
recording.
just the infinitely superior.
Oh wait, no, I just started playing it again. Hang on.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you
going
could have missed
forward.
that an entire just chunk of our conversation. But no, what do you?
We
I
started
must
after
have
the
blacked
hearing.
out.
well, no, yeah,
Well, like
Is there
full
shots
blackout.
no, Chase. Really, what's?
What do you have to say about Brita filters?
About the Brita filter?
Well, not the filter.
The filter itself? Oh, man, it's great.
When are we supposed to replace that motherfucker?
We haven't replaced it for 2 years.
Have you?
No.
Damn.
No.
It's okay. We're
They
not
are
going to
the
replace
worst.
ours either.
Oh God. Oh frick. I
What have you
fucked
done?
it up.
Uh-oh.
What?
What have you done?
Picked up the microphone and set it back down with far too much gusto and
so
gumption.
Chase, we were actually talking about you last episode. I know you haven't watched all
Yeah.
through last episode, so you must have missed it. That's more specifically because I wanted to ask you a question. Why don't you tell us about your dream nexus?
Oh
My
yeah.
dream
And just about your
nexus.
dreams in general, because we were talking about some of his dreams the
Such
other
a
day.
weird conversation starter.
I have
yeah.
weird
We all
dreams,
have
though.
dream
I
nexuses,
do have
right?
a dream nexus, though.
I know
like, it's
that's
weird.
crazy.
Okay, explain your dream
yeah.
nexus to Cameron. 'Cause he hasn't heard the wild stories I have of the dreamscape of
the,
Chase
like, very
Morford.
bizarre dreamscape that
Yeah,
my mind
go ahead. Give me
creates.
some highlights.
So, like, I guess there's, like, the dream nexus, which is basically just, like, a big dark void with just
Mm-hmm.
a cafeteria table and then, like, one spotlight. And then, like, that's it. That's, like, the
the
dream
fuck?
nexus. And then there'll be, like, random people in there. Like, so far it's only been, like, Annika, Fernando, and Gus. But, like, when Gus
a
was
weird
there,
group of people.
it was just, like,
Yeah,
Gus,
Fernando.
like, playing Minecraft. And he was, like, he was sitting on the cafeteria table playing Minecraft. And I think I, like, walked over to him and I was like, what are you doing there?
Hey, how's it going
Like, it
there,
was so
bucko?
weird.
That is crazy. but are there like doors to your other dreams?
No,
or are you
it's
just hanging
like,
out there and then you're in a different dream?
It's just like there, and then I'll have like other dreams, but it's always me and like one other person. Or like recently, it's been like me and like multiple other people.
It's like a video game lobby. He just waits for them all to load
Yeah,
in, and they
it
go to the dream. They sit in the cafeteria. Just, all right, we got to wait
'Cause I
for
remember
online.
I recently had a dream during winter break when I was at my house, and all it was like a very short dream of me like going into Tanner's room, and he had a bunch of posters of like the new Blade Runner movie, like 2049, I think is what it
Yeah.
was. And he had like
2022.
a trench coat on, and he was sitting there staring up at him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like the main character of Blade Runner," and that was my dream.
He's just like me.
He's just
my
like
God.
me.
I was like, "What the heck?" And I remember waking up, and I was like, "Why did I dream that? That was so weird."
That is weird.
I also had a dream where like most of my family and me died on like a cruise ship,
Just like a
and
Disney
also like
cruise.
Ryan Woodyard for some reason.
What? Wait a second. Damn.
This is a weird prophecy. What the hell
It
is
was
going
like
on?
it was my family and then Ryan Woodyard, and we were on a cruise ship, and it crashed, and like me, my
Everyone
dad,
died.
Caden, and Ryan, we all died. My mom and Tanner lived.
Oh,
and
how do you
we
know
were-
you were dead?
Because we
Your
were sitting
ghost.
there on a boat and we were watching a TV screen that was talking about us dying, and we were
Oh.
like, "Dang, we're dead." So we walked to the hospital by basically like floating on the water, and we like saw Tanner in the hospital. Somehow my mom was fine, but my dad was like, "I'm gonna go get ice cream." So he walked off.
No,
and
Dad,
came
you're
back
dead.
with like a strawberry ice cream cone, and then we were like looking at Tanner, and we started floating away into the clouds, and then I woke up after that. And I was like, "What the?"
What the fuck? That is great. What the fuck?
It was very strange. I have very weird dreams.
See,
But
all of
is
his
that like
dreams-
normal, or is that like a little bit more crazy? Or
No, that's like a
baseline?
normal one. Because I've had one. Okay, so there's one with Levi where we were on like this weird desert planet, and there was like this one crater with like lockers throughout. And Levi was like, "Well,
Like
time to go to
school
work."
lockers?
And we went down, and basically we're mining, but it was that we go into these tiny little lockers, and there's a computer, and we go, and that's our mining. And then we walked out, and Levi was like, "Time for lunch," and he grabbed out like a Chef Boyardee can with a fuse on it, and I was like, "What?"
The fuse?
Yeah, like it was dynamite, but it was a Chef Boyardee can.
Like, all right, time for lunch. Of course, doing the Reggie voice from
Yeah,
video games.
and then I had one with
Lunch
Tyler.
Chef Boyardee.
I had one with Tyler where we were in the Sun Dome, and it was all girls except for me and Tyler, and we were playing
Tyler's
this game
natural habitat.
where you have like a hoodie, but in like the pocket there's letters, and you have to take it out, and then you have to when you take it out, you have to think of a word, and then you I never like remember the exact thing on how it goes, but I just remember that Tyler like took it from me because I was like, I don't know what to say about the word, and he took it out and he got like TS for the starting letters, and I was like, what? But like the only thing I could think of was like tsunami.
And czar.
Czar.
That's a TS word, right? I think.
Yeah, it is.
Siler. That is pretty. I don't have a nexus, but like I have a lot of very specific locations that are just fucked up versions of real life ones, like my old middle school, in Union Gap. It's just like all rearranged, just a completely different building. The insides of all the classrooms are the same, but I'll be like walking around and it's like just a full different building on the outside, in like form. There's like a weird balcony that wasn't there for half the classrooms, and there's like a 2-story building and then a giant complex of just, I'm assuming, endless classrooms. I never went into that building because I was afraid of it. But
I was afraid.
Yeah,
of it.
no, I don't know. I don't remember why. It's like one of the really nebulous dream feelings of like, I know this. I shouldn't
like
go
where you
in
just
there.
randomly know things, and it's like, why do I know that?
Or like last episode I talked about, it was basically just like me, Tim, and another one of our friends in like a pool that was floating in a void, and then there was a window with a bench seat on the far end, and I was sitting talking to our friend there, and I knew that there was other people there, but they weren't actually like visualized. I was just assuming that all my friends were in a crowd kind of there. But like really specific locations like that. But I've never had like a nexus.
Yeah,
I
mine are
guess.
just random. Like it's not really specific locations. It's random locations every time.
Cruise ship.
Yeah,
How many
cruise
cruises
ship.
have you been on?
I've never been on a cruise. I had a cruise
Dang,
ship.
that's
I had one where whenever something weird happened in my dream, it would reset. So like if I realized something weird was happening, the dream would reset. I remember it was just me and some random girl. I don't even know who it was, but like we at one point we went to the bathroom and like started writing on the mirrors with ice cream, and I was like, this is really weird. So it kept resetting like a whole bunch because I was like, this is
really
strange.
weird. No!
Even though before the ice cream writing thing, there was like a man that turned into an ostrich and then turned like our motorcycle that we were riding into like a little scooter.
Y'all, the
It was riding-
motorcycle.
It was riding around on
The
on
ostrich
scooter.
was
Yeah,
riding
the
on the
ostrich
scooter
man.
that used to be a motorcycle.
It was an ostrich man. Like
How
it
much
had like
ostrich-
eyes.
Keep
It
on
had
with
like
it.
human eyes with like a beak right here, but also a human mouth underneath the beak. And it was like all furry. It had a really long neck, but then its body was like a dwarf.
That's actually the worst combination of human
It was
and ostrich
very
I
weird.
could think of.
That's like. Do you remember those books that the Edge Chronicles? That I
Yes,
was telling you
yes.
about?
Edge
Have you seen those? It's like a kid's book, but it has actually just the most grotesque possible drawn characters in it, like imaginable. They're just like horrific. But that reminded me of that.
the like weird ostrich man. I remember being weirded out about it in my dream, but for some reason it didn't reset.
Oh damn! You're like, all right, ostrich.
That's
man.
normal.
Anyway,
But I
ice
remember-
cream on the
It
mirrors.
was because we didn't know who stole our motorcycle, so we looked in the security cameras and it was staring directly at the security cameras, riding in a circle. And I was like, "What the?"
That's my motorcycle.
That's a power move. I
really
respect
is.
ostrich dwarf man.
Ostrich dwarf.
That would be kind of ballin' merch though. Just to
Ostrich
have
dwarf
the
man?
most disgusting thing.
It's so weird.
We can get to work on drawing it.
Yeah,
Drawn
oh
up.
my god, ostrich. So for the merch, it's the ostrich head, human eyes, ostrich beak.
Yeah,
With a
yeah,
human
yeah.
mouth under the ostrich
Human-
beak.
So beak.
It was like
Mouth.
it was really
No.
like
Long
realistic
beak
human
molds
eyes.
into a mouth. It was my understanding.
It was like
I
a
thought it was
beak,
beak.
and then it had the mouth on the bottom. It
Oh,
was like
mouth
had
was
a beak
under
and
it?
a mouth.
So,
yeah.
so then if he opens both mouths, it's like an accordion opening.
and I have like a middle area that's just like
That's so gross.
And then ostrich neck,
it had
and
like
then
a
just
really
little man
weirdly
body.
long neck for some reason.
And then underneath it says
dwarf.
it has text. It says, "I respect him."
I respect him.
Nice.
That'd be pretty fucking dripping, I do believe.
Pretty dripping.
See, I told you,
That
he
is
actually
crazy.
does have the weirdest dreams.
I have
That-
such
that
bizarre
is.
dreams.
And
Like
I have a lot of them written down too on my phone
mine. I don't know. Mine are just a different genre.
because
Of
I'll
weird.
have weird dreams and I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down.
Yeah,
and then I'm
I
like,
got
this
it.
is so strange.
Or I'll do the thing where like, oh, I'm tired. I'll remember it.
Yeah, I know. And then I wake up and I forget it.
Which is like a common thing.
Because like
but-
recently I've like I keep trying to set alarms like early in the morning, but I'll just keep falling asleep and then just setting new ones, and then I'm like, but
no,
like,
that's when I have
in
like all
between
my
like
dreams.
the 30
pretty
minutes,
much.
I'll have like crazy weird dreams, and then I'm like, what the?
I'll set my alarm because I'm like, I'm gonna be good today. I'm gonna wake up at 8, and then I stay up until 2:00 the previous night.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't have class until 10, and then I wake up at the alarm. I'm like, what's another hour?
Because I'll set it at like 6, and I'm like, oh, I'll wake up at 6, and then I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to wake up. So I set it for 6:30. Go to sleep, wake up at 7. Go to sleep, wake up 7:30.
Okay, I only
Then I'm
normally
like,
do it
Wow,
once.
Oh,
you're
God,
actually
I
the
gotta get
meme.
up.
You're actually the meme with all the different alarms.
But I manually set them every time. So I'll wake up, I'll unlock my phone, and then set 7:30, and then go back to sleep. And then I'm like, oh, I have a class at 9. I should get up.
But I do want to talk just a little bit more about the dreams, because yours are like, it's just like really wacky scenarios.
Yeah.
Most of mine feel like visions of an apocalypse that is yet to come, and that's like a majority of them. Like not all of them are scary, but I know in most of them that the end times are near, because like the one with the pool. I think the pool was like later in the timeline, in that was all that was left of the universe.
Oh.
But I it's like you kind of remember it more as you think about it. But
yeah.
then we went to like the bunkers, and the bunkers, like I was on the phone with my parents, and I was like, well, I guess I'll talk to you when this whole thing's over. And then we went underground, and like
heck?
that, and then also I had another one where I went onto my grandfather's property, but there was a different house there. It was like a short, like white building that had like weird columns. It was like faux Roman Greco looking shit.
Weird.
And I went inside, and there was just like, it was like a, I don't know, like I don't know what it, like, not a ward, but they had mentally challenged people there.
Yeah.
But there was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nobody watching them. They were just kind of like meandering about the house.
You just throw them out there
and-
and wander.
Put 'em out in the middle of
random
nowhere in a
house
house.
on my grandfather's property. And I was like walking in, and they were all just like just doing random shit in corners and whatever. And then I walked in, and there's a walkie-talkie on a table. And I walk over, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And it was my cousin, who I haven't seen in like years. And I
the
pick it
heck?
up, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. And it's like, well, you need to find some place to hide, because they get upset at night. And I was like, where can I hide? He's
They
like, well,
get
you can't
upset
hide
at
where I
night.
am. There's not enough room here. And then I was like, okay. And then I walk over. There's like another part to this that I guess I'll explain it. But I walk over to like a window, and it's like a really big window, and there's a gazebo. And then a skunk with 3 tails walked onto the gazebo.
What?
And then my dream transition. Doesn't that sound like a like when I see that skunk with 3 tails in real life? That's gonna be Ragnarok, just right there. That's the end times immediately.
That's
no,
a really specific vibe of dreams,
A
like
skunk
the
with
end
3
times.
That
tails.
sounds. But that one was bookended by 2 like separate locations. That was the alien planet. Where
Oh,
it
that was the
like,
same dream?
Yeah, same dream.
Planet.
It was
Heck?
all red, and then there was a green, like not quite. It was like a lake, and I was there with like a bunch of other people, but it was definitely a different planet. And I like jump into the water, and the moment I hit the water, I transitioned to that building.
What the heck?
And then when I saw the skunk, I then like came to, and I was like floating under the water, and I was like not able to move. And then somebody grabbed me and pulled me up from the water, and then I just hung out in the pool.
Weird.
But that's like a majority of the vibes from my dreams. You got one pulled up?
Oh, I
or
got
you go
kinds
all of them?
dreams. I was looking at the lava one where the whole world is just covered in lava. So we all had to escape
Yo.
on like spaceships. And it was me and Gus and like a bunch of other random guys. And then apparently there was like one dude there that was hoarding all the water, and we were like, please, we need water. And this guy was like, no, I'm not giving you guys water. And then like at one point he
That's
like
Tim right now.
yeah, he like pulled me over and he
Amen
was
to
like, hey, I
1%.
saved some water for you. And I was like, oh, sweet.
Yo, dang, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Probably was.
But that's just the vibe of all of my dreams. Essentially,
Nah,
sometimes they're not bad.
my
They're just apocalyptic.
my dreams are always like alternate dimension, this close to reality, but literally everything is slightly off. That's always the vibe, because it's always like I'm always with people I know, but they're just slightly not who they are. They have like a warped version of their personality that I
what
don't
the
like, because it's always like I'm with a friend, except I feel like I can't trust them, and they like
don't
give me good reason to. And it's always a location I know, but
That's
like
just me in real life.
The
I got schizophrenia.
but the geometry is like slightly wrong. Like I had a dream in my old dorm room, Stewart Hall, except Stewart was like 3 times the size, and the entire building was like an atrium, just like made of windows, and there was a
That's kinda
fountain,
ballin'.
and there was a fountain in the building, but it was like really everything was really tight. It was
Replace
really,
the pool table.
yeah, pretty much. It was really tight and really tall, and it was just in the middle of a city that looked like New York, even though my university is not in New York. And so and I went out a little while. I don't remember a ton of this dream, but I just remember realizing that the city looked like a mix of New York and what I imagine Spain looks like based on your description of it,
imagine Spain
because
looks like.
it has a lot of like kind of brutalist modern architecture, and then it just kind of jams and mixes in with what I imagine like the more local looking older architecture, and it was all just kind of jammed together. That dream ended with me going on like a driving massacre, killing so many people. I was unable to stop myself. It was like horrific, because the entire dream was just a downhill
locked
slide
in.
starting in my dorm room, talking to one of the RAs, and she seemed really suspicious, and she was being real rude, and like she was acting like I had something to hide, and I was like, I don't know what I'm hiding here.
I know
so I
that you're
left.
hiding something.
And so I left, and I went to, I believe it was your guys' apartment, except Isaac was there as well for some reason. And
We're just bringing up all of our friends that nobody.
Isaac.
Oh, I mean, most
and
people.
your apartment was different. It was weird. It was also really windowy for some
It
reason.
was definitely
this dream
microphones
really
on the
liked
walls
windows.
listening.
But either way, I ended up getting into like some big argument with all of you for what reason I don't remember. So I took a drive away, and I was driving down this really tight street, and then that's when I realized, man, the people are really close on this, because there were people like just sitting on the sidewalk close to the road. I'm like, man, I really hope I don't hit somebody. And then right at that moment, and I felt myself hit somebody, and then like the terror took me, and I was like, oh no, I just killed somebody.
no. Oh, God.
And then I started to zoom out from myself until my vision was above the car, and then my car just went. Literally, my car just like went berserk and like
went
veered.
San Andreas.
No, literally veered off the road and just started massacring people before the dream ended. And I woke up like, oh my goodness, I just killed like 10 people. And then I realized it was all a dream. But all my dreams are basically just variations of it's real life.
Yeah, you guys have
but
like weird real life variations. Mine are just nonsense.
Ostrich man stole my motorcycle. That is crazy. That just seems like, I don't know, like a surrealist animation or some shit.
Yeah, I
happened.
know. It's so weird.
But I have had not one exactly like that, but I had one where I was like in a courtroom. I don't think that I was on trial, but I was the one that killed somebody, and I was just sitting there, and I was like,
Why are you
figure
there
it
at the
out.
courtroom?
they're gonna figure it out. They know it's gonna happen any moment now. I don't know.
would
I
you
just
go
I heard
if you
that they
knew
were having a
about it?
trial. I was like, ooh, I gotta check this out. And they're like, and then they
showed the guy who
explained the
died,
murder
and
that I did. It's like, eee.
You're over there sweating.
just in the stand. Or
Nah,
I don't know
all-
what's it called? The people that just sit and watch.
Like, I don't know.
the Watchers. No, but
The looky loos.
They are the Watchers.
nah.
Those are them shits from Metro.
It's so weird because I'm pretty sure this has happened to both of you as well, because we've talked about this before, where you're in a location in a dream and you're like, this is my house, or this is my dorm room, or this is wherever place that I know, but it doesn't look anything like it, and it's
Yeah.
just all wrong and so weird, and yet you still think it's real.
Yeah.
But the most terrifying dreams are the ones that are almost lucid, where you know it's real and you can't control it, but you can feel your body laying in your bed, but you can't move your body, and you're still in the dream.
Like,
a lot of time.
Kind of sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
That's still in
that
the-
used to happen to me all the time in like the early morning, where I'd like,
Weird.
because I always wake up early, but sometimes I wake up way too early, and it's like 3:30, and I'm just like, okay, I should go back to bed for a little while. And then I try to go back to sleep and half fall asleep. And then I start having a dream, but it's like only auditory, and I can feel like I'm in a dream, and I hear the dream, but then I'm also feeling my body in real life, and then I go move my arm, and my arm doesn't move, and I go, come on, just move, and then eventually I can like force myself awake, but it's like terrifying to be in a dream like I'm a blind person because I'm not able to see. I can only hear the dream, and then be in real life and be completely paralyzed and be like stuck between the two.
I haven't had anything.
That's like
I only ever had one lucid dream, and I remember it was because I was in my house. And I walked over to where my living room normally is, and it was Mr. Johnson's classroom. I was like, "That's not normal.
That's not
and
my
I was
house.
like, "This is a dream. If this is a dream, I could fly." And I jumped up and I started gliding, and I went and hit the ground.
Oh, I think you told
and
me
I got the gravity started getting really heavy, and I was like, "No,
the dreamscape's fighting back.
the dreamscape was trying
It's
to
like
stop
you
me."
dumb motherfucker.
Cameron, look at the camera.
It's okay. We still rolling.
We're having epic conversations. I don't know how much longer we're gonna do this episode, but we'll see.
This will be a 2-hour long episode.
That one hurt a lot.
Yeah,
That is pretty fucking crazy.
My dreams were fighting back.
Absolutely nuts.
My dreams didn't have control over themselves, so they were like, "I gotta fight back."
It's like no.
This is too normal.
We
of a
got
dream.
too much good content for you.
It's time to start playing some good content.
No, I don't think that. I think I had like some sleep paralysis, but not like sleep paralysis demons. It'd just be like I'd wake up and my neck was like uncomfortable. And I'm like, and then I just like lay there and I like felt like I couldn't move like at all. I was like, oh fuck.
Agony.
And then I'd just do that for like way too fucking long until I was able to move or something. But the entire time I was like, dear God, somebody come and just like roll me over or something. Oh my God, why am I just laying here?
I had a kind of sleep paralysis. It wasn't demons either. It was aliens for me.
Aliens.
Oh, I was very young. This was probably like 6th grade, 7th grade.
What type of
So,
aliens?
I didn't see them.
gray-haired
So
ones.
I'll explain what
The
happened.
ones from
So for a while, like,
aliens?
and by for a while, I
The
mean like,
xenomorphs?
Huh?
Like the xenomorphs?
No. Wow, shoot. What's sorry? Hang
what are
on.
we talking about here?
Remember
What kind
what
of
you're.
aliens your
What's
aliens
the
were?
fucking movie with the glob and the lady that just grows
Monsters
giant?
versus aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Dear
continue.
God.
The glob
Those
that's
are the
like
aliens.
Seth
Okay.
Rogen, isn't it?
Yes, it does. As Bob.
Yeah.
That was my attempt. Go ahead.
Nice attempt.
Thank you.
Nah, but I actually slept on the couch for a year of my life as like a 6th grader. I didn't have a bed. I don't remember what happened to my bed, but I just remember my parents telling me that I could not sleep in my bed anymore.
What the heck?
And so I slept on a couch for a year. It was a year before I got a new bed. And either way, that couch was so darn comfortable. I didn't push them on it because it was just like one of these massive
probably why.
couches. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang.
no, it
That's
was
pretty
huge.
big.
It's
No,
like
I know
the
those
size of this
dimensions.
table.
Yeah, it's this wide, only this wide.
Nah, so,
Exactly.
So it's probably like 3 more inches out than our couch was, and like a section wider, and it was super fluffy. And so I had no problem sleeping on it. But one night I was lying on my back, or morning. I don't remember when this was exactly, because I was just I had my eyes closed, and I was awake, and then I realized I couldn't open my eyes. And then the room got like super bright all around me and really warm. And I was just like, wow, it's really hot in here. And it's really bright in here. And then I was like, come on, open your eyes. See what's up. It's probably just somebody out turning the light on. And I couldn't open my eyes. And I couldn't move at all. And I was just like, oh shoot, what's happening? And then
You're being shot into the
my
sun.
entire body contorted with pain for like a solid like 5 to 10 minutes. And it was just... And I was just sitting there actually terrified that I'd been abducted by aliens. And they were doing like tests on me.
Oh, so that's why you never saw them?
Yeah, because my eyes were locked shut, and I was just like, oh my goodness, the aliens got me. Oh my, dude.
Just imagine if you
Gus
had like
has, like,
3 or 4
things like
less
that.
IQ points. You would have just been talking to the news
Yeah.
about getting abducted by aliens.
Yeah, and also that was me in 6th grade. 6th grade me had enough mental wherewithal to realize that it
Crazy.
wasn't really aliens after I woke up. Some people,
Maybe it was though.
it really wasn't.
Maybe it could have
really
been though.
wasn't.
Maybe he got abducted onto a motorcycle.
By
Ostrich
Ostrich
Man.
Man.
I know Gus has weird
Ostrich
things like
dwarf.
that because he was talking about how he sees like spiders crawling down from the ceiling. And then he'll be like, "Oh God!"
That's so much
and then he'll, like,
work.
scream.
Is
yeah.
Gus actually schizophrenic?
And Gus was like, "If you hear me screaming in the morning, that's probably what's happening." And I was
It's
like,
okay.
"Oh, okay."
I'm just getting attacked by my brain spiders. I think
It's a spider with a human
what
face.
used to have me happen to me all the
Oh,
time
God.
was I would have conversations with people, but I was like sitting in like not an interrogation room, but just it wasn't like a void, like the pool was floating in a void. It was just like a full darked out room, and there's just two chairs, and I would sit and I would like just talk to one of my friends, and but I would be speaking out loud in real life, and like asleep, and I would wake up because I would hear myself in real life talking, and I'd be like mid sentence, and then wake up, and I'm like, I'm alone in my room. God damn it. And then I'd just try and go back to sleep. But that actually happened 3 times to me in one night. I was so
heck?
fucking mad because I was just trying to sleep and I
I'm
kept
alone in
waking
my room.
myself up talking. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. I just need to sleep. And it was a school day, and I like actually woke up like once at 12, once at like 3, and then once like an hour before I had to go to school. Not ideal. It was
Not
awful.
ideal.
I don't remember who I was talking to, but
Nice.
yeah.
Just some random guy interrogating you.
Some motherfucker, I would
Just some
assume.
dude. Just some dude.
Well, it was always like somebody that I was talking to a bunch in real life. So like you or Allie or
Mind
just
dreams is
somebody.
never like people I talk to a lot. It's always just like some random person that I've talked to like maybe 2 times.
Like Fernando being in your dreamscape.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
I-
so weird.
I know
'Cause it
he
was, like,
went
the
to school with
cafeteria,
us.
and then like Fernando and Annika, and then Annika was like, "Why don't you talk that much?" And I was like, "Huh?" And then I felt like it was like me standing, and the ground went, and then like the ground like hit me, and then I
Why
woke
don't you
up.
talk, Chase? Boom.
Yeah, and I was like, "Why don't you talk that much?" And I was like, "What?" And it didn't feel like I was falling; it felt like the ground was moving underneath me to like hit me in the back,
Dude,
and then
you
I
can't
woke up.
Bro, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. No, that one's
That's
crazy.
nuts.
No, that
No,
one's
I
great.
brought it up in the last one. I was like, we didn't even eat in the cafeteria. We
I
always
know.
ate in the band
I
room.
don't know
Why do you
why
have
it was
dreams
like a
about the cafeteria?
table, unless it was like because in middle school we ate on like that one cafeteria.
He wasn't
table.
with us in middle school.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't. So yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that was.
You guys gatekeeping going to Zilla Middle
That's
School?
right.
Yeah, we
the
are.
best
You
school
dumb
ever.
motherfucker.
That's what we're doing.
So middle school was horrible.
honestly, I have to say, middle school was truly terrible
Yeah.
in comparison with high
Yeah.
school. Dude,
Okay.
I will say, I
I'm
think
not that
Chase.
sad about
I think
you guys gatekeeping.
I think Chase had it even worse than I did. In middle school, he had
Oh,
a
God.
pretty bad time of it.
Middle school was
Unfortunate.
horrible.
My middle school was balling.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it was ours was like K through 8th grade all in one school.
What the heck?
And I was in the like upper level class, so it was just like me and the kind of smarter kids for like actually 9 or 10 years together.
Wow.
So we were all just like fucking homies vibing out, and all the teachers were pretty good until like the very end when they just started leaving because the school, like the administration, was awful. But
Yeah, because
Nice.
we
It
had
was
like
balling.
intermediate school, which was like 4th through 6th.
That's such a
That's
weird
so-
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
and then
is.
it was 7th and 8th was
You know,
middle school.
it's 3rd through 6th now.
Oh, it is.
If I remember
They
correctly,
moved it?
yeah, they changed it
Oh.
up.
3rd through 6th.
For
so they
why?
only have
I
kindergarten,
honestly no idea.
1st and 2nd.
They have their own like place, yeah.
Weird.
I've
I
been
remember
admonished
being at the
once
elementary,
for
like
it.
the first time I went to the elementary school, and then Tyler showed up later because me and Tyler went to the same like
the
church
private school, yeah.
So I've known Tyler the longest out of any of my friends.
What the hell?
But like I remember Tyler showed up and he's like, "Did you have this teacher in kindergarten?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "What do you mean you don't know? How do you not remember?" And I was like, "I don't know."
I do not have a photographic memory of your early childhood.
And he was like, "Why do you keep saying I don't know?" And it was just like the same conversation me and Tyler always have.
To this day, he says something that he expects you to know. You don't know. You
I
say,
know,
"I
I
don't
don't
know,"
know.
and then he questions
And then
you
he's like,
further.
"How do you not know that?"
I don't
Tyler
know.
has a really, really terrible short-term memory. Like he can bring something up or think of something and then forget about it a little while later.
Yeah.
But his memory of anything that happened 10 years ago or before is photographic.
I
Like
know.
actually,
It's
he
crazy.
just remembers so much of what happened when like him and I were hanging out all the time. You know, back in the day. It's
And
crazy
that's
how
just,
much he
like,
remembers.
one
of being
random
a
thing,
kid.
and I'm like, I don't remember doing that at all,
fuck
Tyler.
do you
And he's like, what? I do not know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I peaked in elementary school, man.
All right, we probably should wrap up the episode before the Camry
true.
runs out.
The Canberra runs out of
Camry
battery.
runs out of battery.
The Toyota
dang
Camry
camera.
runs out.
Them
All
shits
right.
never
So
run
that
out
was-
of gas, though. What?
It's good. It's good to
Yeah.
have you on, Chase. You're
Yeah.
pretty epic.
I don't know if you.
yeah.
Do you know how we end the episodes?
You just scream or something.
Oh yeah.
You fuckers! I ain't ended it yet. It's still rolling.
No.